what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning to Twisted Younginz once again, the most unorthodox show on the globe. We'll appreciate you all pressing play today. Like, comment, and subscribe. Leave us feedback. And we're just here to give you all dope testimonies, information, and continue to bear with us. I am one of your hosts, Myra B. King.
And this is Desi Dez.
And it's your boy Mojo in the building. We have a special guest with us today, sir. Let the people know who you are.
How you doing, y'all? So my real name is TJ Fogle Reborn. That's my name on TikTok. But my actual name is Joseph, so I go by Sir Joseph. Also, that's my musician name.
All right, brother.
Oh, where are you from, man?
I'm from Houston, Texas, originally, but I stay in Arizona right now.
Okay. Going from Texas to the next one.
Yeah, facts. Well, I mean, the reason why I wanted to move around was because, like I said, most of my testimony is from Texas. That's where most of the trauma in my life started and began at. You know what I mean? Because with the music and everything, I was signed with Matthew Knowles. I had a group called Mason Row. I was in a music group with Brian Angel from Day 26. And we had wound up breaking up, and that's when the drugs had started to come. That's when the all the trials and the tribulations started to hit me, because I wasn't paying attention to really who I was. I was trying to do the worldly thing. You understand me? But at that time, I didn't really understand why he was taking me away from it. I wasn't understanding all that. So that's where it all originated from. I lost my parents. I lost my father from prostate cancer. And then I lost my mom right after that. And the drugs just kind of took over. You know what I mean? So that's where most of the trauma started. So I wanted to move around from Texas. I wanted to get away from, the people that I was around, the gangbang and the everything. I just want to get away from it. So I moved to AZ.
Did you grow up in church?
I did grow up in church. I was a Boy Scout. You feel me? I felt like I needed to have something in my life when it came to the Lord. I couldn't go in the freezer without seeing Jesus Christ inside the freezer. My mom was a very big believer. She was all about Jesus Christ. My father was a believer, but he didn't really follow it, the way that we should always follow, the Lord. He would read the Bible. He knew the Bible in and out. But he was a womanizer. You know what I mean? And that's the one thing that took him away from the Lord, was the women. You know what I mean? But he was a strong man. And, I grew up in church. I grew up in the church. So that's the reason why I feel like I came back, because the Lord said, you won't be away too long. You won't go astray for too long. You know what I mean? He allows you to do certain things so that you can build character. A lot of people don't understand that. They like, oh, why am I going through this? Why am I going through this? I lost things. He's not with me no more. Nah, he brought you out of that so that the next person who went through that, you can give them your testimony so that you can help them get through it. That's why he brought you out of that situation. But a lot of people don't feel like that. They feel like God leaves them. And if they ask for one thing, that he's supposed to be a genie out of a bottle and give you whatever you want. That's not what that means when it says desires of your heart. It says, first seek ye the kingdom of heaven first.
Yes, sir.
You got to seek me first. Amen. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, I need this, and then that's just how it happened. That's not how it works. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't understand that. Love me with all thy heart, all thy mind. You know what I mean? If you love me, right? Y'all been in love before?
Yeah, we love each other.
Y'all been in love before? Did y'all want to hurt that person that y'all was in love with? Did y'all want to lie to that person that you was in love with? It's the same thing with the Lord. He's like, why would you do these certain things if you love me with all your heart, all your mind? And once you start seeking me all the way fully and digitally with your soul and your spirit and your mind, I'm gonna give you everything else, because that's just how I work. You know what I mean? So
beautiful.
Amen.
I think this is amazing. Absolutely. Because your whole look, the tattoos, the way you talk, you keep it real, it's relatable. Let's open your testimony to when you were in the group and you were signed to Matthew Knowles. What was that time like?
Oh man, that was a beautiful thing. We was on tour. We went on tour with John, right? Like when he was like, kind of like a little bit fading, but he was still, genuine. He always gonna be genuine,
Absolutely.
But
emoji.
So we went on tour with him, and this is around the time that Matthew and Beyonce were about to break up, because remember he was doing a lot of foul stuff with B. He was doing a lot of foul stuff with B. So he felt like, everything that he was doing was the right way. And so we go to Alaska. We're supposed to go to Alaska with Genuine, and we come back down, and I'm messing with a little shorty that I'm not supposed to be messing with on the label. And that's when I had got kicked out. We had got a new guy, and he was always a hater of me. He was always very fond, like, of my style and the way I look and how I presented myself. And he was like, nah, he ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? He like a jagged edge. We don't need a jagged edge type guy in the group. We need a pretty boy. I'm like, what? I'm like, what you talking about? Girls love jagged edge. They love that jagged look. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want nobody that's gonna run away from a fight. You feel me? Like, you too pretty. You feel me? So he got me kicked out the group because I was messing with this female on the label, and that's when it all started. I was already popping tabs. You know what I'm saying? At that age, I was popping tabs, but I wasn't really addicted to the real hardcore drugs until I got kicked out the group because I had more time.
Yeah,
I had more time. I had more time to give the streets in. I had more time to give, all these things away. You know what I'm saying? My gift, just let it sit there. And that's another thing I want to tell y'all too, man. Like, that's one thing that we feel like when we're young, that we have time. We feel like we can wait for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I had a story I was going to tell y'all. Huh?
Wait till my deathbed and then give my life over to the Lord.
Basically, look, I'm going to tell y'all this real quick. How long we got?
Go ahead.
So look, check this out. So I got a story for y'all. It's 3 demons. And they went to hell. They in hell. It's Hell University. All right, they're supposed to graduate from Hell University. And the devil say the only way you can graduate is if you go up to earth and you can distract them a different way, not how I've been doing it for thousands of years. I need you to come up with a different way. And if you come up with a different way to distract youngsters, I'm gonna bless you. I'm gonna help you graduate. You're gonna be able to do stuff that I do. So they're like, all right, yes, all right, Lord Satan, all right, Lord Satan. So the first demon go up there. He looks around. He's whispering in people's ears. He comes back. He goes, I got it. The devil say, what you got? He said, well, I'm gonna give him everything. I'm gonna give him the jewelry, the cars, the clothes, all of that stuff of the world. I've been doing that. Fail. Back. Try again. The second one come up. I got it. I got Lord Satan. I got you. So he go up there. Boom. Come back. I'm gonna let all the women feel like they the sexiest women in the world. I'm gonna give them all the men, and I'm gonna give all the men all the women they want. Any kind of style, big boobs, big booty, all this type of stuff. Anything they want, anything they desire as far as lust. I came up with lust. Right? How you gonna? I'm the originator of this. He say you fail. Say go back. The third one say, all right, I'm gonna go up there. I got you. So we see all these Johnsons, and he like, I got you. Come back. He say, you got something for me? He say, yeah. He say, well, what's your plan? I'm gonna tell them they got time. I'm gonna whisper in their ear and tell them, just come with me for a little bit. Just come on, you got time. You 18, you 19 years old. Just come on, just come through this a little bit. Forget about the Lord. He's forgiving, right? He's forgiving, right? He's worthy, right? So he can wait. And so once they feel like they got that time, the devil say, what you gonna do? So I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them while they in their sin. I'm gonna kill them while they in their sin because they felt like they had time. I'm not gonna let them get the opportunity to go back to the Lord.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
And we got all these youngsters out here that's rapping and drilling and talking about murdering and okay, but you speaking it on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You going with that flow. Like, man, I'm young right now. I got these pistols on me. I'm about it, right. Okay, but when that time comes for you to go, and you haven't lived your life according to the Lord, you haven't even asked for repentance, bro. It's over, bro. You know what I mean?
They trying to survive in the devil's world by the devil's rules. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just blinded right now. And we've all, some go a little further than others, but we've all have been of the world. Some of us are still battling things of the world. We may not be carrying guns or drilling out here, but we got our ways though, for sure. Of course. What kind
of reason why we have to be the ones to speak? You know what I mean? The way that we speak, because You know, it's real out here, man. And I understand a lot of people, they look at me and they say, well, you got these tattoos. You got this grill in your mouth. Okay, understand this, sir. I didn't come from the same background you came with, sir. See, back in the 60s and back in the 50s, when you was going to church, you had your parents in your life. You had your mama. You had your daddy. You wasn't on the block at 17 years old. You didn't have to choose to sell drugs at that age. We a whole different type of creation. Mm-hmm. So the Lord said, okay, I'm gonna use them. I can no longer use the older folk to put them here because they're not listening to them. So I'm gonna transform these youngsters with the youngsters.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This way they understand that. Don't give me that. I got a felony. I got two. Mm-hmm. I got two. I did penitentiary time. I was out in Texas on a farm picking up bird doo-doo. That was a half a mile away every single day. I was in the best shape of my life, but I don't want to do it no more. I was in a cornfield, a real cornfield, where like it felt like slavery. I see my homeboys over there picking cotton. Like this traumatized me. And I'm like, oh nah, bro. I don't want to see my youngsters in this type of position anymore. So I have to change what I'm doing in order for them to understand. It ain't got nothing to do with your felonies, your tattoos, none of that. Every single person that Jesus Christ used was a sinner, bro. I'm not trying to hear it. He used murderers. He used tax collectors. He used all type of different people, you know, to use for his glory. So stop selling yourself short to be used by the Lord. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Yes, sir. And so what type of after you got kicked out the group, what kind of hard drugs were you into?
Okay, so man, I did everything. I started off with coke. I started off sniffing powder, and that didn't really work. So once my father passed, my brother was already smoking dope. Stay with me. He was already smoking a long time ago. And you know, even because I was in a music group and everything, I didn't even know what crack cocaine was. I didn't even care about that type of stuff. What is that? You know, what is that smell? What am I smelling in the room every day? It don't matter, because I'm doing me. It don't matter. So we go to New York when my father was on his deathbed, and I went to go give me a little powder pack. And my brother say, "Nah, bro, hey, look, you want to try this right here?" I'm like, "Man, what is that?" He's like, "Man, you want to try this? This is better than that." So I tried out, and my spirit was already denying it. So what's that? Man, what that do? I'm like, what was that? I said, nah. He actually took the time to show me how to smoke this stuff. He took the time out to show me how to inhale it correctly, how to breathe it out, how to accept it. And so as soon as I started doing that, it was a wrap, y'all. It was a wrap. There was no coming back after that. I went straight. I got kicked out of my mama's house while my dad was on his deathbed, bro. That's how bad it was. That's how bad these drugs was on me. I didn't care about nothing else. All I want to do was keep getting high. I just want to keep getting high. I got kicked out of my mama's house. I went right back to Texas, on the streets, on the block, robbing people. Me and my girl going to little Mexican spots, acting like she a prostitute, waiting in the back seat for him, huh? Take them to that alley, huh? Yeah. Come and get them. Boom. Just so I can stay high every single day. And so it started to mess with my spirit. The more I started doing it, the more it started confusing me. See, at first I was enjoying it. And then the Lord was like, all right, that's it for you. Your time has come. I need you. And so when I started doing it, I started getting paranoid. I ain't never get paranoid. I was horny. I wanted to have sex. I wanted to have fun. Nah, not no more. Not no more. Any kind of drug. And it wasn't just that. I started smoking crystal meth after that. I started shooting up crystal meth after that. And I could never enjoy it, y'all. I could never enjoy it. I'm hearing whispers in my ear. I'm gonna murder you. I'm gonna murder you, boy, if you keep on doing this. I'm like, man, what is going on around me? What you talking? You gonna murder me? So I started realizing these might not be demons. These might not be demons. The Lord sends angels too, man, to do his will. And I felt like these angels was like telling me something every single time. Like, look, man, you continue to keep doing this, we gonna get rid of you, bro. We gonna get rid of you. So let me back up a little bit. Remember that stuff that people used to smoke, that the fake synthetic weed?
K2.
What's that stuff called?
The K2?
Okay. So let me take y'all back. This is the reason why I started tripping out. So I smoked K2 one day. I hit it. It's called Climax. I fall into the bed. I drip into the bed. All my skin is coming off. I'm floating in the undergrounds. All my skin is coming off. All my bones are cracking to transform me into this spirit. I go head to toe with a blue glorified body that was me. His name was TJ, a blue glorified angel. And he's telling me, we're going to take you from earth if you keep doing this. We're going to take you. You have a mission. You have a mission. And meanwhile, my knees and my body is still there, but I'm in a whole different realm, and I'm slamming my body against the wall. I'm slamming. I'm just boom, boom. My kneecaps, everything. You can see the skin on my knees. You can see the skin on my knees. When I came to, I seen a little hole open up with a light, and I followed that light because I knew this wasn't right. And I followed that light. When I came to, the girl that was in the room was like, yeah, I can't do this with you. I'm like, what you mean? What happened? What happened? What? Why are my knees like this? She was like, you kept saying TJ, 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 TJ. You're going to die if you don't do this, if you don't do your mission. And my whole kneecaps, both of my kneecaps, man, you could see my bones, bro. So when I started to do the other drugs, and I started to hear what? Those same voices that I heard when I did that, that was it for me, bro. I started tripping out because I'm like, this is real. They really trying to tell me something. You understand what I'm saying? So when you start to do these drugs, man, and you feel some type of way in your spirit and something going, you're not being confused because the drugs are making you confused. You're being confused and it's starting to mess with your head because this is not made for you. He only allows you to do it for so long, but it ain't really for you. When he created your body, it wasn't for the drugs. It was for his glory. You understand me? So don't get it twisted just because in middle school and in high school and when you was 20, you could enjoy the high. And now when you start to do it, you hear voices. That's not because you're schizophrenic. That's not because you bipolar manic. Stop giving them that type of glory. Stop giving that to them. That's the Lord trying to take you away from this because you wasn't made for it. You was made for something greater. Stop getting confused on what you think you're supposed to be here for.
Absolutely, brother. That's a lot right there. How did you end up serving time?
Okay, well, man. So I was a big womanizer, man, and my baby mama did not like it. And so she was a very big drama queen. Man, and you know, I love her to death. I love her to death. If she ever sees this, you know, I love you. Well, I'm my heart. You're my dog. But it was too much for her. So she didn't really know how to bear with certain emotions, I guess you could say. And so, you know, all I ever dated was the strippers. I had a stripper at my house and she had a daughter. So I let her stay with me. So my baby mama come over there and she, you know, she's mad at me. She's ripping my shirt and all this type of stuff. We fighting. She putting her hands on me, pushing me down. And so I'm getting ready to go to work. I'm working at Chili's at the time. I'm like, man, I'm done with this. I'm going to go. If you leave, I'm going to call your parole officer. And I was already on probation for a weed case that I just got caught up with just like it's a little bit of weed. It wasn't even a big deal, but I was already on probation. So if I provoke my probation, you already know what happens. You get no bond, correct? Right? Okay. So she already knew that once she called my probation officer and told him that I put my hands on her, which I never did, but you know, it don't look good on me, you know? So I go home one day. I'm supposed to go see my probation officer. I go see him. It's a lawman waiting for me. So that's the first time I went to jail. That was 7 months straight jail right there. And then the second time I went to jail is because over a camera that my homeboy had stole, but I used my ID for it. I used my ID for him. He told me, you know, this is when he told me, you know, hey bro, it's for my little boy. I'm like, all right, you know, I had sympathy for him. So You know, I got you, bro. I take the camera for you. I take the camera when we go to the pawn shop, and boom, it hits on me. So I do a 2-year bid for that.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even the fact that I went to jail for somebody else. It was the fact that I had to go to jail so they could open my eyes. And I don't never want to be in this situation ever again in my life, man. I never want to. I seen 19-year-old kids, man. I'm talking about right next to me. We young. We doing push-ups. He started crying all of a sudden, just crying out of nowhere. I say, what's wrong, man? Man, my baby mama sleeping with my best friend. Well, how long you got still, bro? You know what I'm saying? You can fix the situation, right? You know, you ain't got that long, right? Man, I still got 10 years. And I'm like, man, this is crazy, bro, that you can be somewhere that can mess with your mind so much to where you have no authority, no power, no say-so on your life anymore. And it just changed me, y'all. It just changed my whole outlook on everything. I was like, man, no, I can't do this no more, bro. I can't do this, bro. And everything that you want, you get in there. They wanted me to sell heroin for the Bloods. They wanted me to sell coke. They wanted me to sell weed. And I was just like, bro, I got 2 years, bro. Why are you going to try to make me sell heroin? And I got 2 years. Why are you trying to make? Because that's what you need to do. I'm like, man, look, bro, we're going to have to go toe to toe then, because I'm not finna do no 20 years for you. And I got a 2-year bid. I don't care if you blood, Damu, Pyru, 5'9", 6'9", whatever you supposed to be. I'm not doing it. So, you know what I mean? I started going to the church house in jail. Started getting my life together with him. That's when it really started hitting me, because I was doing that penitentiary walk. You feel me? It wasn't really something that I was doing in the streets, but I had to find him when I was in there. And I was like, man, second time I go to jail, I'm lead singer in the gospel choir in the penitentiary. There's like 3 people going to church every day. I start singing, they start coming. I'm like, okay, there's something going on for sure. I cannot deny this. There's something going on inside my spirit that I need to do. I'm not, you know, it's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just can't deny it no more. You know what I mean? So, you know, but as far as like the testimonies, these are the type of testimonies that allow me to understand and wake me up. Now, I already told y'all the story about when I was 4 years old and I got thrown out the 2-story window. I remember how it happened, but I don't remember how I landed. And so when my mom told me the story, they thought that she was on drugs because I'm a 4-year-old kid. I got thrown out of the 2-story window. Y'all, I didn't hop out. I didn't sneak out and then fail accidentally. I got pushed out of this 2-story window. And in my hood, we was in an apartment complex where we had no type of fluffy bushes. We had concrete and dirt. That was it. So if you're a 4-year-old kid getting thrown out of a 2-story window, you're gonna have a bruise, a scratch. Something's gonna happen to your body. The ambulance pulled up and think that my mom was addicted to some type of drugs. She's high. There's no way that your son fell from that 2-story window and didn't have a scratch, a bruise, or a broken bone in his body. Now, I don't know what you got going on, man. I don't know if you want some type of attention, but you really need some help. And that's what they told her, okay? Now, the second testimony that I realized that God was in my life, I was out there on the south side in Houston, Texas. It's the gang called Southwest Cholos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out there with my homeboy. He's like 14, 15 years old. And, you know, we out there chilling and stuff. He talked to a little girlfriend. 4 or 5 cars pull up. It's about 15, 16 people jump out these cars, man. And at the time, I had my eyebrow pierced. I got a scar right here. And I'm sitting on the top of the car. You know, I'm just chilling. And the dude, you know, the biggest one, I was going to be the one to talk too much. So I'm like, all right, he going to be the one. So he walked up saying, yeah, you a pretty boy, huh? You a pretty boy, huh? You got a lot of stuff to say, huh? So I was like, yeah. Boom, drop it. I already knew already what the situation. Why 16 people surrounding me, bro? I'm not going for it. So I dropped the hardest one. That right there started the whole riot. So I got stolen my eye. My whole eyebrow piercing got ripped out of my eye. When I fell on the ground, I'm curled up like this. The hits felt like your 4-year-old son can't tag with you. And I'm like, and it happened so fast. I'm like, why am I not feeling these hits? Are they just weak or what's going on? And some say, open your eyes. I'll do like this. And a hole opens up within the circle with a light. And the normal person would just be like, man, this is not happening right now. But I'm not the normal person. I didn't have the normal faith. I've always knew that the Lord was going to be with me in any type of situation, especially if I'm not in the wrong, right? And so I didn't make myself crawl out. Something made me crawl out. It just wasn't natural to see this. And so I crawl out the circle. And when I look behind me, this is how much time the angel had to give me. So I look behind me, and their own group member is in the circle. Look just like me. Beating the heck out of this guy. I'm talking about to a pulp. I had enough time to jump into my car. I jump in the car. When I jump in the car, about 20 seconds later, they throw this guy in the car with me. Still didn't see me. And I'm like, my homeboy like, bro, how did you get out of the circle? I'm like, bro, just drive. I'll explain it to you later. So we start hearing gunshots as soon as we leave. And when the ambulance come, they come in, they're like, oh, you're good. You need a Band-Aid? And they look at the guy next to me, and they had a helicopter this guy, you know what I'm saying, lifelike this guy out of the car, because it was horrible, y'all. It was horrible. And this could have been me. You understand what I'm saying? This could have been me. I'm talking about you couldn't see his lip, you couldn't see his eyes, his nose. I'm talking about like he looked like a plum. The third testimony, me and my girl driving on the freeway on 45. I-45 is one of the busiest highways. It's raining. We already knew that we had to change the tires because the tires wasn't no good. So I'm so glad I got more time than 3 minutes, because last time I had to explain it so fast. But man, this is right here, man. And so we drive on the freeway. Now remind you, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This is when all the cars on the freeway. The car starts spinning out of control. The minute the car started spinning out of control, something just whispered to my ear. Just be calm. Just chill. Just chill. So I got my hands on the steering wheel like this, and I'm just calm, and the car just spinning and spinning and spinning out of control. I don't know where it's going. I don't care, because I was calm. And you could feel this warmth around the whole car, like heat. Like you could just tell, like the wings of the angel was spinning it for you. And he put me in the third row. Now reminds you, there's 4 rows on the freeway. When he stopped the car on the third row, immediately 2 18-wheelers, 90, 100 miles an hour, come on my left side and come on my girl's right side. And you can hear like the devil in these trucks. You could hear like how angry the truck was, like the truck was alive or something. Like, man, bro, it was tripped out, bro. And I was just like, I looked at my girl, I say, what did you feel? Because I'm a big time believer, and I want to know if my girl gonna lie to me in my face. I didn't want to say nothing. So I was like, what did you feel when the car started spinning like that? She said, I felt like some heat, and I just felt a calmness around me. I said, okay, we on the same page. She said, what you think that was? Now you think that was an angel? I said, it had to be an angel, bro, because we was finna get demolished by these 18-wheelers. And there was no other cars on the freeway at this time, just the 2 18-wheelers for me and her. That was it. And I was just like, at this time, I'm really tripping out, because now I'm starting to remember all these different times that the Lord was with me at all these times. You know what I mean? And I'm like, so even in my sin, we was on the way to go get some drugs. Can I be honest? We was on the way to go get high, bro.
Did you still go get high after you survived?
I still want to go get high.
Yeah, he loved you. He loved you for sure.
Man. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get people to understand. It ain't about, sometimes I'll be thinking like, what my angels be saying when I be doing this stuff? Like, Lord, are you sure this the one that's gonna be speaking for you and bringing people to you? Because I don't know. And I know God was like, don't question me. You just do what you're supposed to do. You keep them safe. Because I know. I didn't know, but he knew already what I was going to be doing. He knew that we was going to have this conversation today. He knew that I was going to be giving him the glory on this show right now, talking about him, saying that this is real. This is not a game. And like I say, look, these people are not paying me to say this. I'm not going to get a cash out in the next 15 minutes from these people saying, hey, we appreciate your testimony. Here goes $25. This is not this type of show. This is real deal Holyfield. These people came to me about my testimony because they know that in my heart, this is how I truly feel. And these are things that I've truly seen in my life. Real testimonies that the Lord has saved me multiple times. So don't feel like just because you're in a situation or just because you on drugs or just because you in your sin that you don't have a purpose.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Never too far.
That's the main.
I said you're never too far.
You're never too far, man. And if you always have that feeling inside of you, even if you hitting it right now, if you getting high right now, if you sniffing powder right now, and you know in your spirit that something ain't right, that's your conviction. That's something telling you, your spirit's telling you that you greater than that. But you keep on denying it because your flesh is weak. We understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to get rid of that conviction. That conviction is yearning at you. That's your spirit telling you, hey, look, man, you're not made for this. You're not supposed to be doing this. I need you to stop doing this because I got something great for you. It's a blessing waiting for you right around the corner. If you can just hold off. If you can just hold off, y'all, it's a blessing for you, man. I'm telling you right now, man, it's real, man. There were times when I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent and my phone beep, $1,000 out of nowhere. Just hits my phone for us to pay the rent. So that, say, man, it's.
Hey, man.
Nah, man. He works.
You ever think about writing a book one day, man?
Yeah, I have. I really have. I don't know exactly where to start on that type of stuff, man. Like, you know, I just trust that the Lord's going to put the people in my path for me to be able to accomplish certain things in my life. And that's just how I've always been. I just know that some type of way, if this is what he wants me to do, he going to put somebody in my way to help me to write this book. You know what I mean?
Man, how can people reach you?
So like right now I'm on TikTok. I had a Facebook, I had an Instagram, but for some reason somebody is hacking into my system. They took my money the last time I was on Instagram, so I stopped doing the Instagram thing. I stopped doing the Facebook. But y'all can reach me at TJ Fogle Reborn on TikTok. That's really where I'm at because you know it's this is where the Lord put me at for the people to hear me and for me to do what I need to do for His glory.
And what's your cash app? We put it in the video. If somebody said they want to send you something, hey,
absolutely.
What's your cash app?
It's Tyrell Fogle. It's Fogle Tyrell. FOGLE TYREL at Cash App.
I appreciate you giving your testimony, brother. Clearly what you're doing is working. Obviously, you started out with 2,500 followers. You ended up with 12,000 in 3 weeks. So clearly it's reaching somebody and it's touching the people. Now, appreciate you giving that story to us, brother.
Amen. Man, I appreciate that. That's one more thing I want to say too. Hey, listen, if it's for you, it's for you. You know what I mean? I was asking the Lord, what you want me to do? I'm a rapper. I'm a singer, Lord. I asked you, what you want me to do? I gave one testimony and it just started to go. And that's how I knew that the Lord wanted me to speak for him. So I just want to just throw that out there too, man. I didn't always know exactly where I was going with it, child. I didn't know that I was going to be on here speaking for, you know, and saying this type of stuff and reading the Bible and reading my doctrine and studying my doctrine. I was like, hey, you want me to rap? You want me to sing? You want me to act? What you want me to do? And he showed me. He showed me because that one video that I was talking about being humble 24/7 and just when it's convenient for you, it's already hitting 450,000 people.
Amen.
Absolutely.
So that's what opened my eyes. So I just want to let y'all know that, man, look, when you ask, he will give you the sign. He will give you the sign on what you're doing, what your purpose is. You will know.
God bless you.
Keep in touch. You got the information. Keep in touch.